New York has this unique personality about it. Whether it be day or night in the streets, in the subway, you tend to always get a variety of people. And I think that's what really makes New York stand out and makes it feel more alive. But I think what really sets New York apart is seeing how much art takes form, whether it be on the walls, in the streets, on your mailbox, or fire hydrants. You really see this blend of ideas and visions that normally you would only see in sketchbooks or notebooks or really anything that an artist can get their hands on. What it really comes down to is that they're artists and their canvas is whatever they choose it to be. All they really need is that spark. Graffiti is prevalent here in New York, but you never wonder why or for what reason did they make those pieces. And it always comes in the form of a tag or a letter or something different. And I think that's what really makes New York feel alive. But if it's alive, then there must be a story to it, right? It reminds me of the stories that my mom and my uncle used to tell me growing up about their own lives and coming here to New York. Each of them had their own experiences here in New York. Hell, one of them even coming from a different country, and the other coming from a different state. 2 different states, actually. I'm always kind of reminded of the lessons that they taught me and the stories that they passed down to me. One of them being that the rich only get richer and that the corporate message is flawed, and that you really don't have a say in the matter. But if one thing's certain, it's that when it comes to graffiti, you sacrifice a lot of your normal life, that normality, in return for your own vision and your own goals and aspirations, which can really be seen as a double-edged sword, because on one hand, you have to supply your own wants and needs when it comes to supplies and paint cans and stencils and what have you. And it actually kind of reminds me of a story that my uncle told me, that when he was in Ohio, he actually tagged a few walls, putting down his own kind of alias on there. And putting his own alias down onto the walls of Ohio, he probably set himself up for a little bit of trouble along with some of his friends. This all sort of culminating after he moved out of Ohio and onto Texas, to where his friends actually snitched out some of his other friends for tagging the walls. And in doing so, his friends actually had to pay up some of the money that was owed to the government, paying that off even to this day. And it really gives you a sort of insight onto what to look out for when you're going into tagging and placing down your own graffiti, where you not only have to have your own supplies on hand, you also need to have a good way to get out of situations like that, where you're not looked at wrongly for suddenly carrying this big duffel bag full of supplies. Even though honestly, this whole program inspires me in a better way, where before, when I was little, I always wanted to try new things, play my guitar, make video games because it seems so easy, or even just going to photography and especially video.
I think this program has actually helped me a whole ton, because with just being with these people, I want to say more and do more and learn more about graffiti. It's this endless cycle of art and people's stories that they want to get out there, not just for the sake of chasing any kind of fame, but they really want to get in there. And I think I want to document that.